I want to move to something which is very topical now for the wrong reasons and take you back to your younger years. And that is cricket. I know you were a very good cricket player. I know you were a very good cricket player in your younger days. And I also know that you batted left-handed and bowled right-handed. Which of this was a conscious choice and which came naturally? The left hand or the right hand?
The right hand. I am a right-handed otherwise.
Okay.
I was a right-hand batsman, but in those days I saw Gary Sobers and shifted from batting right-handed to left-handed. And thereafter, I never thought that batting right-handed was easy. So early in my life, they were the role models. And Gary Sobers, of course, was the best all-rounder, as you know. And that's how it happened.
Neil Harvey also was a left-hander who defined
Absolutely.
elegance. I thought his cover drives defined elegance. We're not seeing a patch of that now. And you were playing cricket at a time when some legends of cricket were with you at the Maridpalli Cricket Club. M.L. Jayasima, what Vizzy used to call more luck and more joy. The man who landed, went from the airport to the ground and batted. Phenomenal, right?
In Australia.
What was it about those times that has changed now for the worse?
Okay, there are many things. One is, as a cricketer then, we funded everything ourselves. I had to take my subscription to my own club was 10 rupees. And there was no earnings from it, right? So my parents had a great fight with my parents to even get that subscription money to the club to be able to do that. And you couldn't afford a bat because the club had to buy a bat. The club bats were expensive. You couldn't afford pads. You had no gear of your own. Everybody shared bats. And the only thing which was your own perhaps was your shoes, which you had to spend money, and the white flannel dress which you wore to some extent. Most cricketers in those days were poor cricketers. The objective of learning that game was to get a job. And you got employed in the banks, or you got employed in railways, or you got a little later, central excise and other departments also started. So everybody, and those who played test cricket joined State Bank of India. They were there and they were given enough time to go and continuously practice. So there was no money in cricket, which at that point, today there is so much glare, everybody gets endorsements, so I feel sorry for M.L. Jayasima or the cricketers of those days. Even now Sunil Gavaskar may be earning because he's part of the television channels, etc. But imagine the cricketers of those days, whether it's a Prasanna Chandrasekhar, Bishan Singh Bedi, or Farooq Engineer, or any of those. Very sad. So second is, we had no protective gear. Helmet came much later or some form of protection came after Nari contractor got hit on the head from the Charlie Griffith. So we never had elbow guards. We never had even thigh pads at those days or helmets. So but yet the bowling was no less fast. It was extremely fast in those days. So you developed skills and you played, you were far more brave than whatever it is. I know we had luck, we had our share of injuries and all of it. But I personally felt without that media glare, without all of it, we were far more sincere in the way we played a game. And there were no television cameras. Today, because of the cameras, they wait for the third umpire decision or wait for replay to then they used to walk. There were many known cricketers who would walk. And where are those qualities today? Umpires made mistakes, you lived with it. That's very, very interesting times. And if you had to watch even a Ranji Trophy game between, let's say, then Mysore and Madras, people used to stand outside the stadium the previous night to get a seat with television.
You take me back to my childhood. I waited overnight to get into a stadium to watch cricket. I never played cricket at any serious level.